Hey guys, welcome to another Behind the Scenes with Tiffany, where I'm actually in my studio right now. I'm gonna take today and I'm gonna share with you some projects that I have either completed or I'm working on right now for tutorials that are coming up in the future, so you get a sneak peek on what I have actively working and what I plan on actually making videos for. And then I have some other projects. I have a lot of whips. I have a lot of whips from past projects that I haven't completed yet, or personal projects that I am working on slowly as I'm integrating them into the time that I have available between projects that I'm working for on YouTube. And then I also have some little treat goodies that I'm going to share with you that was a big surprise from one of my interview videos that I just recently shot. I'm excited about that. So I'm going to have a lot to share with you. I thought this would be just a great way for us to connect in a different way other than the parent pickup lines. One thing I've already shared with you is the Advent wreath that I've created. So I've shared the Halloween version that has all of the ties on it. It's waiting for its candy. I need to go to the store and I need to buy candy so that way I can attach this on here and then it makes a whole lot more sense. And then of course it has its little tie in the back so that way you can just hang it wherever you want to hang it. I have two more empty wreaths right here because what I want to do is I want to make the Christmas example, and then when I am actually doing my tutorial I'm going to make a blank or general example so that way you can hopefully just follow along with the instructions so you know how to do it, but then pick whatever colors that you want to use to celebrate or emphasize whatever holiday or season that you really want represented with your wreath. So if you wanted to do Easter, or if you wanted to do Valentine's Day, New Year's, maybe what other, like Thanksgiving, if that was something that you'd really enjoy, St. Patrick's Day. There's a lot of fun holidays that I think we had a lot of fun with when we were kids. A lot of holidays as we get older we just stop celebrating, and I think that's sad because holidays really bring a lot of joy and happiness, and just being able to celebrate our home in such a way is fun. Where I'm at right now with the Christmas one, I'm so close. What it looks like right now, I went on, so I chose these particular colors with the gold because I was like, gosh, what do I have right now in my stash? You know, what yarn do I have? So I don't have to go buy anything new. And I really encourage anyone, if you have the ability to just use something that you have at home already, definitely do it. But I was like, I want to do something other than just red and green. So I went on Pinterest and I looked up some Christmas color palettes. I love doing this because it really helps me out when I need some inspiration, I need some ideas, or if there's maybe something trending and popular. That is a great way for you to just get an idea of what colors to use to make the things you want to make. And there were some great colors in there, but I didn't have access. I don't have them in my stash, but one of the color palettes did offer like either silver or gold mixed in, and I was like, ooh, I have the perfect gold kind of color. And so I used that as my divider color, and I'm very happy I did. I think this is really pretty. It's very classic, but again, I'll put all the colors that I used for both the Christmas and the Halloween in the pattern description, the material section, and even in the tutorial underneath the description section when I show what materials I used for the tutorial. I'll make sure I share all the names of the colors that I used. Yeah, I'm almost done here, so I'm this far into the red. I have the red, and then I need to do one more gold, and then I'm done, and I can join. First wrap it around so that way they come together in the center, and then I will just join these with a simple whip stitch. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. We literally just want to join those two together, and then I'll scoot it and I'll keep wrapping and joining on the inside. And once I've made it all the way around, I have just a little bit more that I have to make, obviously, but then I will join the two tops together so it closes, and then after that I will cut all of my little strippy things and attach those. So add that to this so it can hang somewhere, and then he's done. So I need to conquer him today. This will be done, and then I need to make the pattern. Obviously I have the pattern down in a very rough draft format, but I need to take extra pictures, maybe take some vid pans, because a lot of people really like to see the video or the movement of the scan or span of the project that we're making. So take a couple vid pans, take some really nice pictures of the wreath staged somewhere so people get an idea of how to use it. And I might have like one in my home, and then I might even try to show like one in a home or like in an office space. So you could put this really anywhere you wanted to have fun with it. Create the pattern real quick so I have something for you guys to print out and follow along to if that helps, because I know that helps me out a lot. Videos are great to get me through a question or to get me through like understanding, okay, the overall gist of what I'm doing. Like for me, I could see some people having the question of switching colors, the color changes. But after I see the video once, if I can grab the pattern, then I can just reference the pattern. And this one is gonna be a very beginner friendly, easy peasy pattern to follow, because all it is single crochets in the back loop only. So you get that ribbing, and I want the ribbing so that way I can easily insert my crochet hook into one of those loops that were left behind to pull my string through, so that way I can attach the candy. It makes it really easy to attach the strings. That's where I'm out on this. I really want to get this project out ASAP in September so that everyone has enough time to make one, potentially, if they would like to make one for October. So that one I want to get out really fast so that way you guys have an opportunity to actually make one of these if you want. And obviously you can switch colors out and do whatever colors you want. I know I've shared the story of why it's so important to me to make this advent calendar. I actually wanted to make it last year. I've been sitting on these styrofoam rings for an entire year. And so when I was doing the transition, moving everything from my studio from my old house to this house where I basically have the front office space, so much smaller than the huge studio space that I had in my last house. I was like, wow, I'm bringing these styrofoam rings with me also. I've got to do this project. I need to use these so that way I can clear out that space in my studio. And I just have a lot of stuff. I'm in this position right now where I have all of these amazing projects that I have thought about, that I want to make, that I want to do. And a lot of it is just taking up space right now until I actually do it. And then once I do that project, then I can clear it out of my space. And what I'm really trying to achieve with my office space right now is a minimalistic kind of feel where I don't have an overabundance of clutter, because the clutter stresses me out. Like there's one thing to have materials and there's one thing to have items that you will need for future projects, like buttons or zippers or clasps, kind of things like that. So those can be collected and those can hang around because you can apply those to future projects, and that's not a problem. But it's when I have a bunch of items like 4 rings just sitting somewhere that have a specific purpose, and these rings are pretty big where they take up space. I'm like, why don't I just use you, finish you, get you out of this space, and then if I need to buy more for a future project, I can buy more of these. That's not a problem. But now I don't have the clutter that I'm just looking at, and it's just taking up a bunch of space. And I have a lot of stuff that doesn't have a home right now because I really want to keep everything very clean, neat, and tidy, especially as this is my backdrop for my videos. I don't want to just shove, cram, and do that kind of thing. I really want to try to continue to work on this backdrop and make it look very organized and neat and aesthetically pleasing. So it's fun to look at in the background. But I also want to make sure that I can start incorporating more yarn into my background, so that way it just ties and connects really well with my genre of video. It makes sense, right? Because right now I have some projects. I have my pumpkin pillow. I love this pumpkin pillow. It's so amazing. Made that last year. Got some of my blankets right here, another pillow back there. So I have some finished projects like my teddy bear in the back over there. On the side over here, I have stuffed animals and my hippo and some washcloths and toys. So I have some stuff that I have in the background, but I don't have any yarn. So I think I still have some rearranging to do before I'm happy. I have some projects that I need to work up. I have a lot of clutter still that I need to just kind of finish up. That's when I'll be happy with my space. But right now it's still just so much clutter, and that's why I haven't really shared my space yet, because I'm not completely happy with it yet. You know? You know what I mean? Okay, so that is that one project. That's kind of where I'm standing with everything in my studio. The next project that I have here is this beauty right here. It's a scarf. I realized, I went through my channel and I was like, gosh, I feel like I should have so many scarves, and I have like 4. I'm like, what? I need to definitely make a lot more scarves and a lot more of those fun, quick projects that a lot of people really enjoy making. They're great. I just have been exploring all of the different genres of projects on my channel, and I want to just start really building up some. It's made with the Hobie butterfly yarn that I did a tutorial on, or a yarn haul video on a little while back. I'm actually doing a really fun challenge with my some of my crochet club members that opted in on the challenge, and I sent them each one of the skeins of yarn that I shared in the Hobie yarn haul video. They're all challenged to make a project with the one skein that they received, and in October I'm going to be sharing the video of what everybody made. And I kept three balls. I kept one of each type. So I have the one butterfly, one twister, and one of the Cotton King, like the 100% cotton one. And I wanted to make a project with each of them. I know I finished this one, but I don't think I'm gonna finish the other 2 for finished projects. I'll at least have lots of examples. But look how pretty the scarf is. I made it with one whole skein, so it's huge. And I really liked that because you can layer. But look at that pretty pattern. And you can see all of the colors in these awesome blocks, from starting with super light and then working its way darker and darker. So what I need to do with this guy, because I made the pattern, I typed up, written out the pattern, but he needs a lot of photography. So I need to take a lot of pictures of this guy. Vid pans, pictures, staged photos, and then he'll be ready for me to do a quick tutorial on. So these are 2 tutorials that I'm hoping to get out very soon in September and be good to go. Next thing I want to show you guys is something I received from the fun stuff. The thing that I received as a gift from one of the people I did an interview with recently. And then I'll show you some of the whips that I really want to focus on, because they're projects that I'm really excited to get out to you guys. On my channel, I'm going to start a new series called How They Do What They Do, or This Is How They Do It. And I'm going to be interviewing a lot of fiber artists that do different things, all in regards to yarn. So it's all kind of wrapped around yarn in some way, shape, or form. That's the fun thing. But what we do with it, or what accessory things we make for it. Well, my most recent interview was with Gloria, and she's an indie dyer. And I didn't know what indie dyer meant. I was like, what's an indie dyer? What's the definition? And apparently an indie dyer is just somebody who hand dyes yarn themselves. So it's not a company, it's not manufactured, it's hand dyed yarn. That is indie yarn. And so she shared with me her process of how she hand dyes yarn in her own home. I was like, how cool. So if anybody was interested or was just curious about dyeing yarn at home themselves, this video is gonna be totally up your alley. Well, we hand dyed yarn from start to finish, and because we were demoing it, Gloria asked me if I would like to pick the colors for the demonstration that we would be doing in the video. And I'm like, oh, that sounds awesome. How cool. So this is the yarn I'm showing you. Hasn't been seen before yet, so you guys are the first to see it. I haven't even showed this on social media yet. So I will wait to share this on social media until after you guys have seen it. So you guys have seen it first. But this is the yarn that we ended up dyeing together. Not pretty. Oh my goodness. And we were able to make a few skeins of it, and she gifted me 4 of them. I was like, oh, you are the sweetest, because she didn't have to give me anything, but she did. She gifted me 4 of them. And so I think what I'm gonna do is I'm going to probably make something with 2 of them and then give the other 2 away. So definitely stay tuned on my YouTube channel for more information on this. And this will be my main channel. So after the video kind of launches, then I'll go on and I'll be like, guys, I'm gonna give away some of the yarn that I got from making it. So excited about how beautiful that is. I couldn't think of a name. It was for the death of me. I was just like, I'm stuck. I am no good at names. And Gloria, she is the owner of Hank Me Home Tonight, and she loves puns. Her and her husband are very punny. And she was trying to think of a name, and she came up with some good ones, and she asked me what I thought, and I was thinking, and I was going over some names with my husband and Hannah, my best friend, and we were thinking, what could we name this yarn? And just, I'm stuck because part of me is like, I want it to be beautiful. I want it to, it's supposed to represent flower, like purple flowers in a garden. Let me show you. I'm gonna show you the inspiration. This is the color palette that we saw and we're just trying to kind of go off of. That beautiful dark purple with the brown in there and then the blue, kind of see it in there. So this is the inspiration. Her yarn has a lot of puns in the name. I'm stuck. So help me out, guys. What do you think? Like, there it is. What would you call it? Some of the names that I came up with, or Hannah actually was a big one. She's a writer, so this was much easier for her. But some of the names that she came up with were Lavender in Wonderland, or Livin' La Vida, or Livin' Lavender Loca. And then some of the names that Gloria had come up with were You, spelled E-W-E, you know, like the sheep, YouTube. And she came up with Laugh Inder Fields, and I Think We're Alone Now. So if you get kind of like an idea of the puns in there. Such great names, and I just can't decide, so let me know what you think. She exclusively sells her yarn at On the Lamb Yarn Shop in Grapevine, Texas. If you want to go to their website, you could probably just Google On the Lamb Yarn Shop, Grapevine, Texas, and the website will come up. I don't know if she has put it on the website yet, or if they're waiting till after Fiber Fest in September. Gonna try to sell it there in person, and then anything that gets brought back to the shop, they'll put online. So I'm not exactly sure, but I know I don't have access to it. She also broke down each color. So when you look at this, finding each color that's in there, she took each color, broke it down, and made it into a mini. I was like, how cool! So she gave me one of these packets for the minis. And again, there's no name for it yet. This one even has a little bit of sparkle. She put a little sparkle in the yarn. That's fun. So that's it for the yarn. I was thrilled when she was willing to give me all of this yarn that we dyed together. I was just over the moon, like, this is so special. This is just so exciting too. But another thing that her and her husband do is they have an engraver machine, and they like to make a lot of merch. So I'll show you what's in here, and then I'll show you something else that they have created that I'm really excited about. They like to make tumblers. So I'll show you the back first. Like this one a lot. This one I'm probably keeping. But on the front, they put my logo. Oh, you can't, like, it's all shiny. But it says, it has my logo on it. I'm like, oh, you didn't. That is so cool. So there was this one that I think I'm gonna keep this one because I love the blue color. It's calling to me. This one, which is this beautiful dark blue. So same exact cup with my logo on it. And then they have this one here that is a different logo. It says, "Don't talk to me, I'm counting." And then they have other cups. Let me get so that's the stuff that she gave me just yesterday. So I'm so excited. Let me show you the other stuff. Okay, so they also have the larger tumblers too that look like this. So these tumblers are more like that. But they also come in this shape, which is very commonly found. This one says, "Bless your yarn." And then, so that was that tumbler. They also have these kits that they make little designs on. And inside the kit, it's little like measuring tape, portable scissors, yarn needles, stitch markers, and it's a twisty. Oh, where's the one that they made? They also made one of these kits with my logo on it as well. I geeked out pretty hard. I was like, that is so cool. And then she also does stitch markers that they make. They create stitch markers with numbers on them. They're for counting. So these ones have 1 through 6 on the stitch marker, and it's supposed to help you know what row you're on. And then this right here has 50, 100, 150, 200, 250, 300. And this is supposed to help you with your stitch count along your row. So you would place one at the 50 stitch mark, one at the 100 stitch mark, so that way you can help keep count within your row. And I thought that was really neat. So they actually make these, and I might grab a couple of those as well to see if anybody would like to buy them. On my Crochet Club membership site, we just played our very first game of Crochet Bingo. And I let some of these things be the prizes so that way I could share them with people. And the stitch markers, they're gone. So I was only given a blue set and an orange set, and both of them were gone, were chosen, were picked. I had one of these kits picked, and then the cups were not an option, but because I know those would have gone. But yeah, so that's gonna be really exciting. So grateful to just have that connection. And I've been really surprised by, you meet somebody and they introduce you to somebody else. And it just like becomes this connecting line that is created, because I met Gloria and she was gonna show me how she hand dyes yarn in her home. And then through Gloria, I met her husband, who makes these things in their own home, and he makes yarn bowls. And I was like, that's so cool. So through Gloria, I am going to try to interview her husband and watch him do something that he does in the fiber arts community. So that's gonna be awesome. People support people, and everyone kind of knows somebody that does something in the fiber industry if you're already somehow connected to the fiber industry. I just love all of the introductions and all of the new experiences and all of the people I'm meeting and all of the new skills that I'm learning, and it's just so cool. And my goal, what I'm hoping for through this whole experience, is that I'm recording it. I'm making videos on it, so then I can share it with all of you. And so that is going to be my brand new series on my main channel on YouTube. This is how they do it. And I hope you love it. I really, really do. Because if you don't, then it doesn't make sense for me to keep going. So if you do, then it means that I will be able to continue to interview all of these amazing people and lift them up, lift up their craft, and really introduce a lot of people to other ways that we can enjoy yarn. Other than that, guys, the other projects that I really wanted to share with you, other personal things that I am currently working on behind the scenes. I know this video is getting a lot longer than I anticipated, but I really wanted to hang out with you guys, and I wanted to share this information with you because I thought it was special. Last year I started the Nightmare Before Christmas set, and honestly, with everything going on, I haven't really gotten further. I haven't touched it much, so I still need to finish Oogie Boogie. Jack Skellington has been in my background, but I really, really want to keep plugging away on these characters because I love them. I think they're awesome, and I just feel like I keep learning something new by working through these projects, and I think that's really cool too. By stepping outside your comfort zone or stepping outside of something that you are normally working on, you learn all these new skills and terminologies and ways of doing things with crochet that you know, that's what you do, that's what you love, but you never did it this way, you know. And then the other project that I'm working on right now is my Black Dahlia cardigan. This is a personal project. I want this for myself so bad. I keep reaching for it in my closet and it doesn't exist yet. So I can't wait for this to be finished. I still only have the back panel done, one panel for the front. I'm almost done with the second panel of the front. I have the granny squares on the side that are already created. So I have those pieces done. And this is my own design, my own thing. I'm very, very excited about. The other pieces I have left to do are the sleeves. The bottom, I don't know if I want to add a hood or not. I might not add a hood. I'll just add like a nice big collar. And then I'll have the border on the front that I'll just grow so it's a nice big collar around. I don't know if I'll want buttons or if I'll want to leave it alone, or if I might just leave it alone and let it just be something I can wrap around. And pockets, you know, make it comfy cozy. I plan on it being really big and just kind of like swallowing me up. That's what I want. I want this cardigan to really just swallow me up and be super comfy cozy to wear. So I have those sections done. I have them scratched on a piece of paper. So again, just kind of like not pretty, but it's written down. So still got quite a bit left to do. I would love to find time to work on this. And then when I have the whole project completed and I can write out the pattern, then I can figure out different size increments to make it in. And when I have all of that accomplished, then I'll start working this project in a very beautiful like bone color. So it's kind of like super light brown color that I think will look beautiful in this cardigan form. And it will be a lot easier for you to see my stitches and what I'm doing. Because obviously black is not easy to see the stitches, not easy to see the details of what's going on, but I love to wear black. It's my favorite color, one of my favorite colors to wear. So that's another reason why I'm making it in black, because it is that personal project of mine that I really, really want. But on top of me making a personal project that I really, really want, I do understand that, hey, if this is something that I really want, you might be interested in making it too. So I will make a tutorial on it so you guys have an opportunity to do that, you know? So that's all I'm sharing for today, because this video has already gone super, super long. But what I think would be awesome is if I could start making videos every Wednesday, kind of sharing the stuff that I'm working on and all of my whips, because I think I have like 20 whip projects that a lot of them are sitting in a tote bag right now, or not a bag, a tote, like a plastic big bin tote that I've carried over from my studio here. And it's again just more projects that I started or did a tutorial for and just need to finish, or something or other, something that I once upon a time started and would love to just kind of wrap up and get everything finished, cleaned up, and out, so I can have that minimalistic zoom feeling that I'm really trying to achieve. So it would be a lot of fun if in the upcoming videos, what I'll do is I'll share with you a whip. I'll be like, okay, I'm gonna be working on, which whip am I working on today? And I'll just pick one of my whips and I'll spend like 15 minutes working on that whip with you on camera and just hanging out, and we can just crochet together and maybe work on whips together where you can finish something up too at the same time, if you want. It's up to you. All right, guys, with that, I'll go ahead and let you go. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you so much for watching and hanging out with me today and listening as I go over the upcoming projects that I'm going to be releasing on YouTube, the awesome stuff that I got from Gloria in our interview session, and some other personal projects that I'm very excited to play with. I hope you have the best day. I'll see you with the next one. Bye, guys.